Okay. How much has Coach Nelson changed since you were an 18-year-old kid and you're an All-American for him? Has he changed a little bit?
A little bit.
Dude, he probably used to beat the tar out of you.
There's some stories we won't share right now.
He's different now. He's got the Steve Austin $6 million man. No, knees. He's got the double knee replacement.
Yeah, he looks great, man.
He does. He's not waddling anymore.
No, he looks really good. I'm glad that he got that done.
I got a question for you. When the joints start going, will you just start getting them replaced, or will you be like him and wait 30 years?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We're not there yet, are we?
Yeah, we're not there yet. I feel
pretty
good. What are you,
30,
37.
They're 37? Mm-hmm. I always think little guy. I always think little North Royalton guys that I always think of. But big win tonight, senior night.
Yeah, it's awesome.
How good did it feel to come out here and eight matches? You know, you presented all 10. Mm-hmm. But, you know, to come out and get those wins, how you guys got and get into the 30s. You don't get into the 30s that often. Mm-hmm. But, you know, really put it on them and feel good about it.
It was great. I mean, first off, I want to thank them for coming. You know, last year, if, you know, a lot of people remember, we were without a match 36 hours before this, and they saved our you-know-what last year.
Findlay did that.
Yeah,
Findlay came in and saved the event.
Yep.
I forget what happened. Somebody canceled whatever happened.
Glenville had a
COVID whatever
outbreak and couldn't travel. So,
they literally couldn't. They would not let him.
No, correct. Yes. So Findlay came in and really stepped up. So Coach Nelson and I talked after that, and he said, "Hey, is this something you do every year?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "We want to come back for this." And I said, "Perfect." So having him back was awesome. Having Findlay here. And I get where he's coming from right now. Forfeiting 2 weights, and we forfeited 2 and 3 weights this year at times. So I think everybody kind of goes through that at certain points throughout the year. So I definitely get where he's at right now. But yeah, it was great to send our seniors out that way. That was huge. We got 8 seniors. So really happy up and down the lineup with everybody, how they wrestled, how they performed, and for those seniors, hopefully it's something we'll never forget.
Gamut is a freak. Mm-hmm. Gamut has explosive strength to beat anybody in the weight.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any question.
Right.
He's unbelievable. Small is an unbelievable different kind. They're completely opposite guys.
Yeah.
One guy's a power guy. The other guy looks like a gigantic spider guy.
Yeah.
He looks like something out of a movie.
Yeah.
Dude, how about that? He gets the cradle and the guy's like, you're not going to get hip to hip. And he rolls him over the guy's own head. Mm-hmm. You don't see that often on a cradle.
No.
He does things I know that, on a daily basis that you're like, I haven't seen that before. But it's about finding ways to win.
Yep.
Those 2 guys find ways to win. This is your last year with those 2 guys. No more Gamut next year. No more Small.
Right.
It's going to be different. You got a lot waiting though. You got a good team.
Yeah.
You got a nice problem right now.
Yeah.
Feats ain't going to be at the regional as of right now. Right? As of right now, he's not going to be at the regional. Mm-hmm. Feats is the national qualifier for you last year.
Yeah,
you got good problems, right? Mm-hmm. You got good senior leadership. You got great young guys. How do you take this momentum and bring a team trophy back here from Kansas?
Well, it's going to take everybody, not just the guys that are going to the 10 guys going to regionals. It's going to take a whole team effort, and they've done a great job so far with that, and I'm really, really proud of the guys that maybe haven't been the starters all year, right? The way they've stepped up in the room in competition, that's huge. So we got to just continue to, move forward with everything. Got to stay healthy. If we can stay healthy, we've got the guys that can do it. So, we'll see what happens.
Big problem for me is how they stack the regions, or how they regionalize them and geographic them. Small has the 1, 2, 3 in the country or in his region, right? So there's little room for error for Christian Small, right? There's no room for error. Mm-mm. Okay. When we talk about that, right, that's tough. 41's similar, I believe, right?
Yeah.
41's got a bunch of top 10 guys, multiple top 10 guys. So you've got these guys, these really good guys who couldn't make the NCAA tournament, who were ranked in the top 10, right? Mm-hmm. I don't like it. I know you like it, and there's a lot of people that's pure. There's no guy making weight and then getting a pass to the right, like what they do in D1, right?
Yeah.
But what do you got to do to get the max amount of numbers to Wichita, Kansas?
I mean, I think the 2 biggest things are you got to stay healthy and you got to try to put it together, regional weekend. Only thing is everybody else in the country trying to put it together that same weekend, right? So get to areas that you're good at, minimize mistakes, right? And capitalize, when that guy makes a mistake. We're ready. We are. I feel really confident on where we're at overall. And we got to fine tune some things, and we will this week or next week. But no, feel good moving forward.
Brylan Klaus is the lunchbox guy, and I don't know, I just love what the guy's about, right? I love the lunchbox guy, because I was a lunchbox guy. I was just a guy, I was a max effort guy, but comes out and gets a tech fall on senior night in the first period, you know, a fitting ending for his career. He's done with wrestling after, you know, in 6 weeks, these guys are done.
Yeah.
All these guys are done. They're seniors. You announced it. They're done with the sport of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
The Ritter kid, done with the sport of wrestling. They're done with this sport. It's been a long time. It's been COVID. It's been all this stuff through their career. What do you do for these guys? What do you say to these guys? How do you thank them? What do you say about a guy like a Klaus? What do you do for Scaramazino? You got all these guys who are seniors. What do you say about them? And you've only been with them 2 years.
Yeah.
But you've lived a lot of 2 years with them.
Yeah, I can't really put into words what these guys mean to me and how much, you know, I've benefited from being around them, right? They're unbelievable kids. They really are. And well, not kids anymore. They're men, right? They're young men, but they're just unbelievable. I love them. Do anything for them. And especially guys like Brylan, you know, who didn't have to come back. You know, he was announced last year on senior night, you know, so he actually had 2 senior nights.
So Klaus has had 2 senior nights.
Yeah. And, you know, like Ryan Wayner at 33, he didn't have to come back.
Yeah, that's right.
Come back. You know, we had a
Bad Axe didn't have to come back.
You know, and so when those guys come back, you know, it just, when they have faith in you and what you're doing and how the program is, man, it makes you feel so good, you know, because it's reassuring that you're doing the right thing. So super proud of those guys, and Brylan going out the way he did, you know, it was great. I actually talked to him earlier today. You know, he's you know, at the warm up, and I said, hey, how do you feel? And he said, I feel good. A little emotional, you know.
He told me that. He's a little emotional today.
Yeah, and but you know, this is a night he'll never forget, right? So just super happy for him. But yeah, I can't put into words, you know, what these guys mean to me, and you know, they're awesome.
You guys had an event tonight. It was called Senior Social, right?
Yep.
In the past, it was called Dinner and a Show.
Yeah.
You kind of rebranded it a little bit. Didn't put it right on the court. You put it up there. What'd the event do, and how do you feel like people should? I enjoyed the event. I got to drink a beer before I called matches.
Yeah.
But you know, Senior Social. Will we continue to do these things at Lake Erie College?
You absolutely have to. I think you're seeing around the country in all divisions, wrestling is doing more and more and more, right, to involve, you know, to get people to come out, to get them involved, things like that. Last Friday, we did a youth night. You know, we did the Coach Bearden Pin Leukemia night against West Liv. You know, tonight we did the Senior Social. We're trying to do things to attract more people, more fans, and it's working, you know. So, I mean, tonight, I think socials from 3:30 to 5, then dual started at 5, you know, alcohol and appetizers, you know, for fans and family and parents and your friends up there, and, you know, socializing. That was great, you know, and then, you know, you get to watch the duel. So, yeah, it's fun, you know, it's a good opportunity to get everybody together, and like you said, you got to enjoy it a little bit too.
Not enough. You know, speaking of Coach Bearden, he was in the hospital for pneumonia. He's got a compromised immune system. He's battling leukemia. He's back battling leukemia again. It keeps, you know, it's a tough battle to win, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any updates on his health? I know he's.
I don't. You know, we've texted a little bit more this week, which is good. You know, so I think, you know, I don't know it to be a fact or anything like that, but he is responding or communicating a little bit more, I should say. So I think that's a good sign compared to, you know, some weeks in the past. So, but. You know, he's a fighter, man. He's a fighter, and you know, he's going to get through this. You know, there's no doubt about it. He's not giving up, and you know, we're all behind him. You know, so nothing but, you know, but love for him, and you know, hopefully everything will be just fine.
Going to keep the singlets here moving forward. I know that, right?
Yeah.
I love the singlets.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Everybody's got to be like, why are they wearing these orange singlets? I don't get it, but that's leukemia's color, right? So I get that.
Yeah.
Was your administration? Were they? What your administration? Were they like, oh, we get that, and that, you know, Penn State wore pink the other night? I think it was because it was Penn State's. I don't know if it was breast cancer. What was going on there?
Yeah,
Maybe their original
sure.
color. I don't know, but I see that they do that. They'll do breast cancer awareness for pink usually, but does your administration care? Or are they behind it?
I mean, there was no questions asked. It was do it. You know, just full force ahead. You know, so which is great. You know, they're supportive of that, and it was done. I mean. The conversation wasn't 30 seconds, you know, and then we got the singlets, we got the shirts, and it was done.
All right. I like Coach Bearden. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
Like talking about him. I shout him out on the matches. Oh, please watch him. I know he is if he can.
Yeah.
All right, you got anything else for me?
No, I just appreciate you coming, all you do, and we'll see you next year, man.
How about-
I'll see you at NCAA?
Well, hold on. Don't get nuts. You're getting crazy. Don't put the
Well, you got me excited because you
cart,
texted me.
the
everything,
cart
so-
before the horse. You're getting nuts. Okay. Thank you for the time. Good luck to you guys. Rage on.
Love the fight.
Okay.